Welcome to the top 10 senseis, and in today's video we are gonna be talking about top 10 insanely powerful characters in Isekai anime. While there is a lot of Isekai anime out on the market in the world, it has gotten an infamous reputation of having overpowered protagonists. It can be traced all the way back to the Sword Art Online protagonist Kirito or even further, but that is the most famous example. Overpowered characters, and that fact is not going to change anytime soon. The reason for the influx for such characters is for fans to watch a character absolutely decimate their foes, despite arguments that some are becoming tired of those protagonists.
おいおい、なんだこの半端な固有魔法は。
Number 10. Just like Naofumi from the Rising of the Shield Hero, Hajime was not taken seriously as he was called an incompetent fool who could not do anything. Hajime is an anti-hero who strived to become strong and being made fun of for being weak. The one difference between them is Hajime's sadistic nature, as he uses his powers for mutation and strength to fight his enemies. He can even damage a person's organs without even trying, which is quite a
situation. Try this Phoenix Thrust.
Number 9. Seiya Ryogen. Cautious hero. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious. Seiya Ryogen is one of the newer, insanely powerful in the mainstream of Isekai anime. It is even said in the title that he is overpowered. So what else would you expect? Not for such an overpowered protagonist to be cautious about killing a single slime? I bet. Although Seiya is overpowered, he refuses to fight an enemy he is not sure he can defeat and has a worrisome personality, thinking everyone he meets has a deadly illness. While Seiya can beat anyone because he is overpowered, his cautiousness puts him on the bottom of the list.
Volcanic Wall!
Number 8. Diablo How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, whose real name is also Takuma Sakamoto, was summoned to the world of his favorite MMORPG, Cross Revive, as his in-game character. It turns out that Diablo is known as a true demon king and has the overwhelming power to defeat anyone in the game, no matter their status. Even if they have better equipment or are at a higher level than him, he can always beat them. He also admits to holding back when he does defeat his enemies. Number 7. Sadao Mao. The devil is a part-timer. Keeping the demon train rolling, Sadao Mao is one of the most powerful characters on this list. Sadao Mao is the Satan who fled from his world from being almost defeated by the hero Amelia. While he may look harmless, you should not forget he is Satan. While he lost almost all of his powers on Earth, he had extraordinary powers ranging from mind control, teleportation, regeneration, and even the ability to harm others by staring at you. Number 6. Shin Wolford, Wise Man's Grandchild. Shin Wolford is another isekai protagonist who is new to the world of anime after Shin died from an unknown cause that surprisingly enough was not Truck-kun. He is reincarnated as the grandson of Merlin's Wolford, who happens to be the most powerful magicians in that universe. Shin is extremely powerful and can use his knowledge of his past life to make himself stronger. The one thing about him is that he does not understand how powerful he is, so he ends up overdoing it all the time.
Kirito.
Number 5. Kazuto Kirigaya, Sword Art Online. If you were around when Sword Art Online came out, you should have heard of an anime character named Kirito. While his real name is Kazuto Kirigaya, everyone calls him by his in-game name after being trapped in the game for so long. Granted, Kirito was a beta tester and a solo player, so the reasoning behind him being overpowered is a given. But when you somehow beat a boss while dying, that is something to wonder. Number 4. Tanya 1. Saga of Tanya the Evil. Before being reincarnated as a 13-year-old girl in the middle of a war, Tanya 1 was a slayer man who was very harsh. Because of that, he was murdered by one of his subordinates and sent to a world by a god that Tanya calls being X, as she does not believe in such a thing. Tanya worked up the ranks to become a lieutenant colonel and has a masterful grip of magic. While she is cruel and merciless, she also has the skills to crush her enemies without feeling any remorse.
まあ敵には違いないな。
Number 3. Rimuru Tempest. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Rimuru Tempest was a kind boss who was murdered in lieu of his subordinate, but was instead reincarnated in another world as a slime. He gained a skill called Predator that allowed him to gain skills by absorbing things such as grass or even his enemies. If you thought being a slime would be a weak role, then you were mistaken, as Rimuru is one of the most powerful protagonists of Isekai anime in recent years. Izoi Sakamati. Problem children are coming from another world, aren't they? Izoi Sakamati is regularly pinned as the main protagonist of this series, although the two others are extremely powerful as well. Out of the three, Izoi is the one who is considered to be the strongest. Arrogant and slightly perverted, all Izoi cares about is having fun, isn't it? He has a gift no one knows, as defined by Little Garden Unknown. However, he can negate and destroy other gifts, rendering them useless. He also has strong Esper powers ranging from telepathy to teleportation. Number 1. Ainz Olgon, Overlord. Ainz Olgon was an ordinary human until he was transported to Yggdrasil and became his in-game character. Now an Overlord class, one that has no human emotions. Ainz is perhaps the coldest Isekai protagonist out there because he played the game so much. He has so many skills and items that are rare and make him extremely powerful. He has an arsenal of magic, weapons, and strategies up his sleeves and is capable of beating anyone without trying hard. He did not even have to move to kill one of the strongest mercenaries in the game. He simply tapped him and he died.